Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Permata Amalia Putri, student's number A1B219143 from R005 class from Yemen University English Education Department. So, my topic of my presentation is crisis in Yemen. Why I choose this topic? Because I think it's the worst humanitarian crisis I've ever seen. So, what's happening in Yemen? Yemen is the largest humanitarian crisis in the world, with more than 24 million people, some 80% of the population, in need of humanitarian assistance, including more than 12 million children, since the conflict escalated in March 2015. The country has become a living hell for the country's children. Yemen not only faced pandemic of COVID-19, but only faced epidemic and survived from starving and poverty. So why did it happen? All of the reason why it's all happened in Yemen is because of the war. So how did the war start? The conflict has its roots in the failure of a political transition supposed to bring stability to Yemen, following an Arab Spring uprising that forced its longtime authoritarian president Ali Abdullah Saleh to hand over power to his deputy Abdurrahman Mansur Hadi in 2011. As president, Mr. Hadi struggled to deal with a variety of problems, including attacks by jihadists, a separatist movement in the south, the continuing loyalty of security personnel to Saleh, as well as corruption, unemployment, and food insecurity. The Houthi movement, known formally as Ansar Allah, which champions Yemen's Zaidi Shia Muslim minority and fought a series of rebellions against Saleh during the previous decade, took advantage of the new president's weakness by taking control of the northern headland of Saada province and neighboring areas. Disillusioned with the transition, many ordinary Yemenis, including Sunnis, supported the Houthis, and in late 2014 and early 2015, the rebels gradually took over the capital Sana'a. The Houthis and security forces loyal to Saleh, who was thought to have backed his erstwhile enemies in a bid to regain power, then attempted to take control of the entire country, forcing Mr. Hadi to flee abroad in March 2015. Alarmed by the rise of a group they believe to be backed militarily by regional Shia power Iran, Saudi Arabia and 8 other mostly Sunni Arab states began an air campaign aimed at defeating the Houthis, ending Iranian influence in Yemen and restoring Mr. Hadi's government. The coalition received logistical and intelligence support from the US, UK, and France. What happened since then? At the start of the war, Saudi officials forecast that it would last only a few weeks, but 4 years of military stalemate have followed. Coalition ground troops landed in the southern port city of Aden in August 2015 and helped drive the Houthis and their allies out of much of the south over the next few months. In June 2018, the coalition attempted to break the deadlock on the battlefield by launching a major offensive to capture from the Houthis the Red Sea city of Hodeidah, whose port is the principal lifeline for almost 2/3 of Yemen's population. The UN warned that the port's destruction would constitute a tipping point, beyond which it was going to be impossible to avert massive loss of life due to famine. In August, fighting erupted in the south between Saudi-backed government forces and an ostensibly allied southern separatist movement supported by the UAE, the Southern Transitional Council (STC). In April 2020, the STC declared self-rule in Aden, breaking a peace deal signed with the international recognized government, saying it would govern the port city at southern province. Saudi Arabia announced a unilateral ceasefire the same month due to coronavirus pandemic, but the Houthis rejected it, demanding the lifting of air and sea blockades in Sana'a and Hudaydah. What's been the human cost? The UNICEF had verified the deaths of at least 7,700 civilians by March 2020, with most caused by Saudi coalition airstrikes. Monitoring groups believe the death toll is far higher. The US-based Armed Conflict Location and Even Data Project said in October 2019 that it had recorded more than 100,000 fatalities, including 12,000 civilians killed in direct attacks. More than 23,000 fatalities were reported in 2019, making it the second most lethal year of the war so far. So that's all from my presentation. I really hope that this war is over soon, so all of the people in Yemen could be fine. And I hope all of the world could see what happened in Yemen. So thank you for watching. I'm really sorry if I make a mistake. So that's all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.